The Chronicles of Mark Clayton Southers, Chapter 11. I was transferred to a new facility today. I'm leaving a hospital inside of a hospital. I'm at this place called Select Healthcare, which is inside of Montefiore Hospital. Apparently, Montefiore rents space to them. The place I'm headed to will be my third step down. Once they took my feeding tube out, then it was just a matter of time before they booted me out. Mainly because I was no longer considered an acute patient needing acute care. I'm not quite ready for rehab, so they have to park me somewhere for a few weeks while my body heals. Then I'll be moved again, but this time to a rehab hospital. The metal fixator on my lower left leg is starting to get on my nerves. I can't do much rehab work because of it. But the injuries to my lower left leg aren't completely healed anyway, so I have to go to a care center just to chill for a few weeks and while my body heals. My wife and mother came in early to pack everything up. While my mother takes down this collage of cards and photos she assembled on this large cork board on my wall, my wife gathers the plants, flowers, and books, all mostly gifts from my visiting friends. I keep my Steeler blanket, a gift from actor Larry John Meyer, with me. It's really the only thing that I have close to clothes, and I love how it feels. I've been in nothing but hospital gowns since I arrived, so I don't have any clothes to pack, having not worn any since the accident. The ambulance service shows up. 2 guys wheel in a stretcher and pull it up close to my bed. And after sizing it up to the exact same height as my bed, they and 2 nurses' assistants grab the sheets under me by its 4 corners and they slide me over onto the transporting stretcher. Oh, it's a much harder surface than my mattress, but it's a short ride to Highland Park. So I decided to tough it out. I'm headed to a place called Highland Park Care Center near East Liberty. I always thought it was a senior care home. That plus I was told that the rooms were much smaller than my current space. This information caused me to form an uncomfortable opinion of the place. The 2 ambulance drivers are cool. We talk about the Pirates and the Steelers as we pass the corner of Center and Bryn Mawr. I mentioned to them that I live a few blocks right up the street. For a moment, I actually thought about asking them to just drive me past my brother's store so that we could all get hoagies. But by the time I gathered my thoughts, we were a block past Shinley High School. It's mostly a gentle ride down Center Avenue. Rays of the sun would just streak through the rear window occasionally, just striking my face. It's in these brief moments I can feel the remembrance of its heat, but for just a short time. I've now been teased by its power and cannot wait to arrive at our destination so that I can lay in its rays and receive a full dose of its magnificent healing qualities. It's been a little over 2 months since I've actually been outside. We pass a slew of familiar sights: Shenley High School, CVS, Wine and Spirits, Home Depot. Oh, I briefly fantasized about being wheeled up and down its aisles, reaching my arms out and touching items on shelves and saying hello to all of my friends that work there. Lisa, Olivia, Daryl, and many more that I know by sight but not names. The Russian woman who married the African man. The fellows in electrical that always answer my questions. The older guy in paints that knows all about our theater and always reminds me not to forget that I get 10% off on paints. Oh, the 2 twin sisters that I always speak to as one so as not to get them mixed up. It's funny. I have an ongoing conversation with them both as if they are the same. I guess I'm just playing it safe. Perhaps now that God chose to allow me to slow down, I can take the time to learn their names and speak to them as individuals. Once we arrive at our destination, I ask the ambulance crew to just wheel me under the covered entrance so that I can look up at God's beautiful blue sky. They grant me my wish. The sun lands across the street, only leaving us in the shadow of the building, but once I look up at that beautiful and expansive blue sky, I cannot hold back my inner emotions. I'm overtaken by just what I've been missing these past 2 months by being indoors. I lay there momentarily just thanking God for creating such beauty. They eventually just wheel me to my next interior destination. We enter my room, and it's not as small as some folks led me to believe. It's actually nice. And once again, I have no roommate, making this, at least in my mind, a private room. My wife and mother go about the business of placing the flowers and plants near the window, adding an element of peacefulness to my room. Oh, my nurses introduce themselves, and once again I'm settled into my temporary home.